right, so Joe, you are not a real estate agent. You're a lender.
Yeah.
But why did you get into this field? What was your reason?
I really believe that owning is better than renting. I think it's been a part of the American dream for a long time, since the beginning, and it really gives more ownership to your life. I know it's given more ownership to my life. I want to share that with other people.
What do you enjoy most about your job and getting to help people finance and buy homes?
I love getting to clear to close and walking away from the closing table and saying, congratulations, you own a house now. I really like being able to show people, here's what your debt to income ratio is. This is how we can maneuver around this. I love the conflict resolution where you can say, okay, well, here's this problem, here's how we're going to get around it, right? I've always supposedly had an issue with authority, so if somebody says, no, we can't do this, my favorite thing is trying to figure out how we can do this, right? So,
what about the flip side? What are the things that maybe that you don't really enjoy about the lending process?
Sometimes with lending, the answer is no. I do not like that. In fact, kind of going back to the answer I just had a second ago, I really like being able to figure out workarounds to when the answer is no. Unfortunately, that can't be the case. It doesn't mean that we can't get on a track to where the answer is going to be yes, but when the answer for the time being has to be no, that's my least favorite.
That's hard because usually people really have their heart set on doing something,
right?
And to be told, even if the answer is not yet,
right?
That's really difficult.
Yeah.
When somebody reaches out to you and is thinking about working with you or working with you, what do you hope that they know about you and how you're going to handle the process?
I spend a lot of time trying to, validate trust and say, I really have your best interest in mind. I hope that people know that you want a loan, I want to give you a loan. It's about you and me being on a team and going out and getting that loan, not, me telling you no or me telling you I need these things. It's about you and me putting together a case for why somebody should give you, a lot of times, several $100,000.
A little bit of money. Now, this is one thing that comes up a lot when you're under contract and somebody's going through the process and you're asking for documents and people are like, I already gave you that. So speak to that part of why does some of these things, why do they get asked for again? Why are they needed? Why do we have to update them if we already give them to you?
So a lot of times those things expire. So one of the first things I'm going to ask you for is, part of it anyway, is your 2 most recent bank statements and your 2 most recent pay stubs. Well, we're going to get to closing, and that's going to be at least 30 days away from the first time I asked you. That's if you put an offer in the day of your pre-approval and it gets accepted the day of your pre-approval. We're going to shoot for 30 days after that. I mean, you two know better than that. You shop for houses sometimes for 6 months. Now, sometimes you shop for a month. But very rarely do you get pre-approved and you put an offer in that day and you get accepted that day. So by the time we get to the closing table, those documents have expired. I need fresh documents. There also is underwriting. Realistically, it's you and me versus the underwriter. The underwriter is going to be the one that crosses the T's and dots the I's. If my underwriter's listening right now, I love you. It's cool. But they're going to be the ones at the end that are saying, we need documents. It's my job to relay that to you so that you can get mad at me. You can get mad at me if you want. I'll take it. It's not a big deal. But we'll need those documents in order to get you the closing table.
So it's not just that you're asking for things, to ask for things, to make their lives difficult, because they've got jobs they're doing and kids to take to sports and all that, and I don't really have time to find this and send it to you again, Joe.
Right, exactly. I get it.
It's
lifestyle.
that you need this in order, like pay stubs.
Yes.
You mentioned bank statements, but pay stubs. Hopefully, in a 30 to 45 day window, you get paid again.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that they get paid again.
Right. Let's say you even did get, your pre-approval and you put an offer in that day and 30 days later. You're still going to have another bank statement. We're still going to need refreshed documents. Those things have to be current. So
Joe is not trying to be mean when he reaches out and says, I need new documents. It's part of the process.
Part of the process?
That's the number one complaint that I hear from people in working with lenders. Doesn't matter how great the lender is, like, I just gave them this and they're asking for it again. Yeah, but you just gave it to them because we got it under contract the 28th.
Yep.
of the month, and now it's the 5th. And believe it or not, even though it's a closed time frame, it's a new month.
Yeah.
We need new documents.
Even not just refreshed documents, even like not bank statements or pay stubs, things will come out in underwriting. Things will come out in that title work. You'll need to get. We just had to have one recently where it was a 100% rebuild letter from the county. That didn't come out until, after we were a couple weeks under contract, and that's from underwriting. They're going to say, well, this is in an area that there was a really big commercial development nearby. We need to make sure that this is still zoned residential. Go get this from the county. We're through.
And God only knows how long it'll take the county to do things.
They say 7 to 10.
7 to 10 days.
But we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
It depends on the county. The other thing that I just thought of with you specifically, this isn't an issue for us as much, but people who use Venmo, PayPal, Cash App a lot to pay their hairdresser, to pay their dog walker, to pay their friend who bought them ice cream, all of that has to be accounted for too, doesn't it?
It does. So you'll see deposits into your account on your bank statements. If it's a cash deposit, we got to figure out what that was. Somebody just sold their truck, and all of a sudden you've got a $20,000 cash deposit. We're legally obligated to make sure that that's not cocaine.
And that's the reason, folks, right there, because somewhere along the line, the drug dealers and the child traffickers were depositing all their cash into their accounts to try and buy homes. And the government was like, wait a minute here, we got to protect people a little bit more. So it's not because they care whether you paid your friend for the pizza. It's really not. Is that they want to make sure that you didn't buy a streetwalker and some Coke, not cola.
No.
That's the reality. Like,
Yeah.
we are not making this stuff up for our health. We have all sorts of disclosures that we have to fill out. That sometimes it's like, why do we need that?
Yeah.
Because somewhere along the line, somebody ruined it for all of us. So just help us and sign the papers or send the information.
We're on the same team with you. We want to get you in the house. So
That's the truth. How can they reach you if they want to talk?
513-907-2530. Unless you just got done selling $20,000 worth of coke, then don't even call.